So just a few words from my sister and I to kick off the speeches, which will start after everyone has their dinner.
We get our time first.
So we have known Megan for what feels like our entire lives. I met her when I was 3 years old at Jackie Bergeron's daycare, and we were instantly best friends. From there, by default, our mothers were joined at the hip, and every weekend turned into Megan and I begging for a sleepover.
As the younger member of the Sister Champagne, my co-conspirator was Emily. So while Brie and Megan were the elder sisters and trying to keep us out of, but also leading us into trouble, we eventually tricked our two families into becoming one, and we set sail on years of adventures. So we went to vacations on the East Coast, Florida, midnight shopping in Syracuse, and spending every Thanksgiving together.
That's where Justin enters the chat. I was working at the University of Ottawa Health Services, where I worked with Miss Megan, and she pulled up her phone and told me she was going on a date with a guy who works at the Mint, who was really cute. And if you know Megan, it takes a pretty special person to make her light up like that.
Brie called me and told me about this new man who would likely be joining us at Thanksgiving at the one and only McSkimmings. And please note, at this point, Megan hadn't even met him in person yet. It may have been premature, but we do like to prepare.
Fast forward to that following October, the legendary McSkimmings weekend, a collection of our chosen family with upwards of 35 people coming together to an educational center where we eat, drink water, and be merry. It is the ultimate event to bring your partner to. In walks Justin, where he greeted us with a huge hug and introduced himself. We had to remember his name, what he had to learn about 40. His next line was, "I brought my gun." We knew he worked at the Mint, but confused by this, we waited and hoped that somebody would interject and offer a little bit of clarification. He quickly expanded and explained that Megan told him he could do some skeet shooting that day.
Justin then spent the day with us, and we wasted no time. We used his height to our advantage and made sure that he was the one to pick the good apples from the top of the tree so that we could carry on our tedious tradition of homemade applesauce in the fire.
Megan is one of the best people we know. She is kind, gracious, brilliant, and a bright light in all of our lives. Meeting Justin felt like a familiar friend who quickly became so much more, and we're so happy to have him as part of our chosen family.
We want to welcome you to our chosen family. We want you to bring even more people so we can add to our 35 plus and bring some more heights so we can continue picking apples for years to come. Congratulations, Megan and Justin. And thank you guys for listening to our little speech. Dinner is about to be served, and then we'll do some more speeches following dinner.
We're going to kick off the speeches with the best man, Zach. Now, we weren't there, but Justin does say that his best man speech at your wedding was phenomenal, and when he tells the story, so no pressure.
All right, so hello, everyone. I'd like to thank the bride and groom for inviting all of us here to witness this special moment. Meg, I just want to say you look stunning today, and Juice, well, you look good too. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Zach Peltier, and Juice and I have been friends for over 25 years. After all these years of friendship, it's very hard to choose what stories to talk about. So as kids, we were together about 80% of the time, either playing hockey, video games, playing outside. We had countless amounts of sleepovers at each other's houses or even cottages. And even now that we're all grown up, have our own families, we still have sleepovers. So you're definitely the brother I've never had. One big memory I have of you is your ability to ride a pedal bike. I know you have some good stories of your own, but this story I'm going to tell, I'm not sure if you remember. Now, one summer, we were kids at one of our many hockey schools together. A group of us from Timmins were staying at a campground. So we had hockey during the day, and then we'd stay at the campground at night. So one evening, a bunch of us were biking, playing around. Well, Juice didn't have his own bike, so we ended up at this little hill, and there was a downhill. Now, we all got together, we were all talking. Next thing you know, you see Juice going down the hill. with my bike. Now you just got to picture a big guy on a small bike. So he picked up some good speed, hit some bumps, flipped over the handlebars, did a couple flips, and we ran down the hill to rescue you. All said and done, though, you just came out of it with a bruise. But the worst part was going to tell Mike what happened. So let me tell you, Michel Lafleur was not a happy camper that night. Meg, the day I met you was the time I came to Ottawa to ask Juice to be my best man. Now, the first thing we did together is you brought me to the Navan Fair. Now, I'm sure some of you know about this fair, or even attended it. So when Juice told me what we were doing, I wasn't too sure what I was getting myself into, but I did have a really good time. And I got to know you on a personal level. That night is when I knew you were going to be around for a long time. Now, 5 years later, you are making a lifetime commitment. I want to thank you both for basically taking Isaac as one of your own. It means the world to Tess and I to have you guys in our life. Juice, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being there, during all the tough times that I've went through. I can always count on you to be there for me. Thank you. All right, so my advice to you is there's going to be some good times, some bad times, but in the end, it's how you guys go through it together as a team. I'd like to thank the beautiful wedding party for everything you've done to make this day perfect, and I want everybody to have a great time tonight, so it's time to have a good time. Thank you.
Next, we'd like Emily to come up and share what I'm sure she's been dying to share since Meg asked her to be the maid of honor.
Hello, everyone. So, as Mal introduced me, my name is Emily, and if you can't see the resemblance, I'm Megan's younger, of course, better-looking sister. When I was thinking of what memories to share with you all, I quickly realized that most of the stories end with Megan being the good kid and me being the shithead. So I thought I'd save you all the bore and myself the embarrassment and simply share my fondest memories of Megan. Growing up, Megan was a simple child. She did her... Oh. Compared to me, I'll add that. She did her homework on time, she read books for fun, she never pushed the boundaries with my parents. Any parent's dream, right? Well, I must admit that while I was breaking the rules, Megan found her own unique ways to make my parents' hair turn gray. Instead of just skipping school like us all, she would call the school and pretend to be my mom so that she could get a day off from school. Sorry, Mom. Instead of going to her bedroom after an argument with my parents, she would sneak out of the window with a running away bag in hand and then walk right back in the front door in fear of getting in trouble. Once too many. Instead of asking for help in the kitchen, she would try to cut frozen things on her own and end up almost losing a thumb and then spending the next year reconstructing the damage she had done. Instead of getting off the trampoline when it was too much, she would continue to play popcorn and then put herself in a neck brace for the next 6 months. I think you're starting to get the picture of how I may not have actually been the bad child. Although Megan found her ways to get by with my parents, her and I's relationship was a little bit more rocky. In fact, I can share with you all exactly how my sister felt about me growing up. Let me grab something. I present to you all Megan's childhood diary. Don't worry, Meg, I won't read everything. I'll just read with you a few inserts of how much she hated me, actually. June 6, 2002. I always have to do things for my little sister. She's such a pain. I wish that I did not have a sister. It's not fair. I like my little brother sometimes, but I will need her for when I grow up. But I thought that she would help me. She always gets me in trouble too. Sometimes we talk to each other before bed, and she always asks me a question or something like that, and she says something like this: "Be quiet, Megan, I'm trying to go to sleep." But I can live with it. Friday, March, 2003. Today was such a ripoff. The ripoff was, P.S., because of Emily. This one I'll share with you all, because this one says, Emily, turn the page. Stay out of my fake diary. And the last one I'll just read a little snippet of is her will that she wrote, also in 2003. Dear Mom, Dad, Emily, and Tyler, I love you all so much, even Emily. It goes on, and she actually says that she'll give me her clothes, so I guess that was the part where we started to be friends again. But with a little bit of time and distance, I can happily say that our relationship is the strongest it's ever been. So I just wanted to take this moment to let you know how happy I am to have the relationship that we do, despite how much you apparently hated me, but I'm so proud to be your sister. Now let's shift gears to the man of the day, Caleb. Thank you for bringing your mommy and I closer and for making me a very proud auntie. Okay, now for the real man of the day, Justin. I can still remember the first time I saw my sister on campus with this man that I thought looked like a complete asshole. Yeah, that was you, Justin. But to my surprise, you did not end up being that bad. Instead, I always heard and saw just how happy you made my sister. It wasn't until I had the fortunate opportunity to sit across from you on Sunday dinners that I began to see the real mess that you can be. From shoveling your food into your mouth, to watching you pick corn out of your teeth with knives, to having to wash the tablecloth every single week, I can't say it's always been a pleasure sitting across from you. But then you became a dad, and I watched as you gracefully took on new roles and supported the family that you are building. Altogether, I have to say that I'm equally thankful for you entering my sister's life, and I'm very proud to welcome you into this family. And now I invite you all for a cheers. Cheers to the happy couple. Cheers to finding Megan's old diary. And cheers to now forcing you all as we watch Justin dirty yet another tablecloth.
Thank you. So the next speech that will be coming up is Parents of the Groom. So I'd like to invite Barb and Michelle up to say a few words.
Okay, we're Mike and Barb, parents of the groom, Juice Day. We are so grateful to be here today to celebrate with all of you the love between Juice Day and Megan. Juice Day from a young age loves sports. He played baseball, soccer, hockey. He played baseball, soccer, hockey. No matter what sport he played, he was always a team player. And we were always there cheering him on. Well, except for when hockey became his passion. As the game went on and the years went on, it got rougher. So I stayed home and I prayed, please God, don't let my son get hurt. and his dad was there cheering him on. Then Justine decided to be a volunteer firefighter. I thought, nice, maybe he'll go this route for a profession instead of policing. But no, he did not. So once again, I was home. Please God, don't let him get hurt. And his dad was cheering him on. Then we met Megan and thought, oh my God, she's so tiny. Are you sure she's of age? But as time went on, we seen how loving and caring she was, and she had a big heart, same qualities as Justine. We wish you both a lifetime of love, happiness, be patient and kind to one another, and just know, for the love the both of you share, that in this room tonight, we all have your backs. And I'm glad that back table has your back. So cheers to you. You said make it short and sweet, under 2 minutes, so, you know, I'm one who listens. And welcome to the family, Megan. Lots of years of happiness.
So next we'd like to invite up the father of the bride, Alan, to come do his speech.
Are we good? Can we hear? Can we see over here? Can't see over here, right? Can I move out? Is that better? Is that better? Okay. Good evening to all. Drop my papers. As you either know or have figured out by now, I'm Megan's father, Al. It is a pleasure to see you all here today to witness Megan and wedding's ceremony. As any big event, there are many people involved in planning and coordinating, so I'd like to thank all of you who have have helped made this a memorious day. This includes the maid of honor, bridesmaids, best man and grooms, of course our flower girls, and Caleb's chauffeur, who are all looking mighty fine here today. A very warm welcome to Justin's family and friends who have traveled here from out of town. I'm looking forward to meeting you all. Megan has told me I've only a few minutes to speak, so I need to talk real fast to get through this small list of stuff from her past. Just kidding, Meg. Just kidding. Well, yeah, there's another side to that, but yeah, I'll tell you later. Megan, I'm so very proud of the mature woman you have turned into. You've taken on your life to its fullest and are starting a beautiful family of your own. I'm so very happy for you. Who knew that the little baby with the superhuman lung power would be such a joy to us all? I'm glad to see my off-key singing didn't have any long-term effects on you. At least not that I know of. Of course, making me a grandpa is very special, and I promise to take it easy on singing to Caleb. Justin, welcome to the family. After meeting you for the first time, it was very evident that your family had brought up a respectful, polite, and down-to-earth young man. It is a pleasure to have you as a member of our family. Michelle and Barbara, you must be very proud of him. Going forward in your lives, there will be the highs and the lows. The highs will pass easy and the lows will be challenging. But that's where your love for one another will persevere to get you through those times. Listen to one another and work as a team to obtain your lifetime goals. Embrace each other as you go forward with your future, as it will be something special. Caleb couldn't ask for better parents. to guide and mold him as he grows. With that said, join me in raising a glass to the newlyweds. To Megan and Justin.
Next, I would like to invite up the mother of the bride, Debbie.
Okay. Hello, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Megan's mom. And I'm going to repeat a few things because other people have said it and we really didn't crisscross our speeches. But I'd like to welcome everybody on this magical day and thank all those that have traveled from far to share this day with us. I've been told to keep it brief. I have never listened. So, no guarantee. I would be remiss if I didn't start by thanking Michelle and Barb. First of all, you have raised a wonderful son, and now I get to claim him as mine, but without having to put in all the extra work to bring him to the man that he is today. I'd also like to thank, is it Madame Roy? Because it was her photo with Justin that caught Megan's eye when she was swiping right, or is it left? To find that perfect guy. We thought, aw, what a sweet guy. He's sweet on his grandma, or he's trying to impress the girls. I also want to thank Emily and Amy and all those that helped today make this day for her sister an amazing, so enchanting time for them. Everything looks amazing. Megan came into this world taking her sweet time, waiting for everything to be ready and organized. And funny, that's kind of how she is today, ready and organized. When she was born, she had a head of hair on her about 6 inches straight up. My dad, who was present for the birth, thought I was giving birth to an orangutan. Needless to say, we called her our chia pet. As a toddler, she was quick as a whip. Oh my God. So we registered her for school when she was 3 years old. Her birthday was in December, which meant we didn't have to wait that extra year. She knew her numbers, her alphabet. She picked things up real quick. What I didn't account for, though, was her size. Poor Meg, her little legs couldn't quite climb up the steps of the school bus. She was too tiny, and so all the other older kids would help her up and down every day. But off she would go, so determined. Megan loved to read, and we could usually find her curled up with a book. Her love of books continues today and is something she is hoping to pass down to Caleb. Over the years, Megan took ballet, swimming, piano, judo, horseback riding, drama, was a brownie, a Girl Guide, a ranger, a teacher's aide at Sunday school, a teacher at Sunday school, and she also volunteered at the Navan Youth Dances. Growing up, we would go camping with about 8 or 10 other families, and so all our kids grew up with many parents and many siblings. Some are here tonight. We also have her one and only sitter, Jackie, here, behind here, as well. I want to thank all of you for help raising such a beautiful young woman. Not sure if you all know that Megan can sing and recite just about every Disney movie there is. Between her and her cousins, they can go off on a medley on cue. However, she will never forgive me for taking her, her sister, and her brother to Florida and not taking them to Disneyland. In fact, Justin, I'm pretty sure that's where you're going on your honeymoon. Megan has always had a fascination with blood and gore. One day, she cut her thumb and severed the ligaments when she was cutting up a frozen bagel. She was in the kitchen, I was at the kitchen table, and I remember to this day how calmly she said, "Mom, I think we have to go to emergency." All through the ordeal, she was mesmerized by the cut. That friggin' cut would require surgery and months of physiotherapy. On another occasion, my sister Denise, who had some pull at the General Hospital at the time, arranged for Megan's grade 9 take your child to school, or take your child to work placement. She witnessed an ankle surgery where they peeled off the back of the foot, an open chest surgery, and she got to intubate mannequins. When I asked her how her day was, she said, "Yeah, pretty cool." And then there was a time when my dad accidentally sliced off the top of his thumb with a table saw. Megan was the first to volunteer to look for the missing appendage to bring to the hospital. All this to say it came as no surprise when Megan told us she wanted to become a nurse. I could go on, but you know, this whole press for time thing. So let's move forward to her and Justin. Okay, it's an inside joke, okay, because when we first met Justin, we called him Jason, and I'm talking all the time, and the bugger never corrected us. A lot of you know that Justin and Megan met online. What you don't know, though, is that I was on that date too. Or so Justin thought. That night in question, Megan and I had developed a plan, just in case, you know, he was a dud. Well, you never know on these blind dates, right? So anyways, I'm supposed to call her within 20 minutes into the date to see if she needs rescuing. Like the protective mother that I am, but also thinking he's a mass murderer. Because, you know, us Riopels have super, very active imaginations. Yes, I called her. Everything was fine, so I hung up. Megan then proceeded to tell Justin. Unbeknown to Justin, though, or Megan, around the same time that she arrived to meet him, an older woman had arrived at Starbucks, proceeded to sit very close to them, and watched them the whole night. He was convinced it was me. It was only when I actually met him that he breathed a sigh of relief that it wasn't. Now, when I did meet Justin, for the first time, we were at the cottage. Oh my God, he swore like a trooper. I thought, he's either super comfortable or he's really nervous. But no, I found out, there she is, it was Barb, his mom. And I found that out at the rehearsal the other night. However, that night and over time, we came to realize that Justin was a man with a plan. He knew what he wanted. He had an agenda. He wanted to become an RCMP officer. He wanted to buy a house. He wanted a dog. And he wanted to find someone special. Thank God it was our daughter. We have been very fortunate that these guys regularly hang out with us, so we've gotten to know Justin well. We knew it was true love when Megan went hunting for the first time in full camo gear just to be with him. And she actually shot something. Justin, what we love about you is your unconditional love for our daughter. You allow her to be herself, and I know that's not always easy. We love your strong work ethic, your laissez-faire personality, your gullibility, your sense of humor, your patience. Your morals and family values line up with ours, and we know you love our daughter because you see it when you are together. Megan once said, "Mom, I don't want to grow up." But look at the remarkable young lady you have become. If I could use 15 adjectives to describe Megan, they would be youthful, organized, unstoppable, amazing, responsible, easygoing, intelligent, nurturing, trustworthy, respectful, open-hearted, unique, beautiful, loving, extraordinary. Altogether, and Justin, that spells you are in trouble. Over the last 7 years, we have watched you both realize your dreams and make new ones. We have watched Megan and Justin grow as a couple. We have watched Megan and Justin become parents to our handsome Caleb. And now today, we watch them join as one as they begin a new chapter in their lives. Justin, welcome to the family, but honestly, you've been family since day one. Love each other more than you did yesterday, but not as much as you will tomorrow. Choose to love one another even in those times when you struggle to even like one another. Always remember to answer your phone when the other is calling. Listen and hear one another. Make time together a priority. Never go to bed angry at one another, and may true love follow you forever. If everyone could raise their glasses. To my new son-in-law and daughter, a happily ever after to the new Mr. and Mrs. Lafleur.
Yeah. Hello, hello. Hey everyone. Sorry for all the crying today. Some colors that people haven't seen me do. So, boy. All right. Well, here we are, 7 years in the making. We did things a little out of order, but we wouldn't change a thing. We'd like to say a few words before we get to the dance floor going. First to my mom and dad, you guys have given me everything and more. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for you always pushing me. Growing up, as they said, hockey was my life. It certainly was the best memories of my childhood and where I've met my closest friends. Dad and I traveled a lot for hockey and have spent the best times together on the road. I know a lot of sacrifices were made for me to play hockey, which I'm forever grateful for. My mom for all the hours of helping me study for school. Many nights were spent in her bed reading and doing homework. You've definitely helped me get to where I am today, so thank you. I know she's putting my little guy away, so I give her that. So to the rest of my family, thank you for being the right amount of crazy. To Alan, Debbie, and Darren, I would like to thank you all for welcoming me into your family. I appreciate everything you guys have done for me and continue to do. I learned quickly in this family how they love their strawberry rhubarb pie on Sunday dinners and Jamalka almond fudge cake on birthdays religiously. I know when you first met me, the swearing took you by surprise. You will learn by the end of the night, as you have learned, where I got it from. To all of you and the extended family, I'm grateful to be a part of the chaos and love. You all have been so nice and accepting, even Emily.
Like you said, Barb is putting our little guy down, but to Barb and Michelle, I thought my family was loud. Doesn't compare. I can't imagine what you must have thought when Justin brought this introverted, shy, very quiet girl into your loud and outgoing family. During our vacations up north, I was overwhelmed by the endless phone calls, the revolving door of people that just seemed to stop by the house for visits. However, I've come to look forward to it as it shows how many people you have in your lives that truly are involved and love you. Even though every visit is busy, I've come to love the chaos and look forward to each stay. To the whole family, you've shown me such amazing hospitality and what incredibly hardworking people you are. It's never a dull moment. You've all taught me life is more fun without a filter, and more than anything else, how to incorporate swearing into every sentence. To my mom and dad, you're welcome for being the easy child. I did my best to set the example that was expected of me from being the oldest. However, I can't control what the next sibling does down the line. We have so many amazing memories of a wonderful childhood filled with family and friend get-togethers, camping and road trips. You've created a chosen village of people around us, and because of that, we grew up surrounded by so many people who love us. There's nothing that I could truly say to express how grateful I am to have you. 7 years ago, our family became a blended one, where I gained a stepdad, brother, and sister. Thank you for accepting us into your family. To all of our family members, we hope to continue your legacies of laughter, unwavering support, and love in our marriage and on to the next generation. That's more important now than ever that we have become parents ourselves. We're so lucky to have such a great example of hardworking and loving families, and we couldn't have asked for better.
Okay, so no more crying, so for the rest of the night for me. Okay. All right, so now the sappy part is out of the way. There are a few other people here that have helped us make today possible. So first, I don't know if she's still here. She might be gone. But Lisa, who is here helping us out, our coordinator, we just want to say thank you for staying on schedule today. I just want to give a round of thanks to all those the staff members that are serving you your food and drinks. So thank you very much. I don't know where they are. Next to our DJ, he's around the corner. I can't see him, but he's there. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. Next to our DJ, yes, who coordinated with us for the ceremony and reception. Thanks in advance for the epic dance party you are about to host. Don't forget about the photo booth, guys. That's in there. To our amazing photographers, Luke and Bethany. Yeah. And their team. I appreciate everything. They guided us so much leading up to today, and we are incredibly grateful, so thank you.
of course, to our Officiant, Nat. For those who don't know them, our families grew up and traveled, as you've heard, with Bree and Mal, on many camping and road trips. You and Doug are like a second set of parents, and it was so special to have you marry us today.
I said it was
Sure,
done.
I skipped. I skipped over the tears for my family, but to continue in that family, to my pseudo sisters Bree and Mal, who are your MCs tonight. Thank you so much for jumping on board so willingly. You both have such beautiful souls, and we're very fortunate to have you.
So as you've heard, we have many people who have traveled here out of town. Many have come from Timmins. Yeah, Timmins. And others from the GTA, and other as far east as Newfoundland, and as far west as Alberta. Our hearts are full. Our hearts are full to see so many of you here today. And of course, we can't forget our wedding party. You guys have been a huge part of our village we have created. We love each and every one of you and are incredibly happy to have you standing beside us, not only today, but for our tomorrow as well. So thank you.
And Max, thank you for taking care of Maya today. He was our dog connoisseur. Thank you so much. And to my sister Emily, she did every single sign, name card, and most of the decor you see in the room tonight. And she dedicated so much of her time to this, and we really appreciate everything that you've done for us today. We wouldn't have been able to do it without you. Would have been able to do it without the diary, though. I don't know.
Another thanks to anyone here and everyone who has offered their time and help. It means so much to be surrounded by such amazing village of people. Finally, none of us would be here today without one last thank you, Tinder.
This is not just a beginning for us. This is a stepping stone in our journey. And each of you are here because you've been part of that journey, and you're so important in our lives. Thank you for being here. We love you. Cheers. And we're hoping to kick off the dance party really shortly with some dances. Oh, yeah. Cheers. Cheers, guys. Yeah.